Well, it's an exciting day. It's bow build day. Hoyt unfortunately has not gotten me my actual bow yet, so I'm gonna say we're gonna set up a different color. Still gonna look good. Not gonna be all black. That's the color I was gonna go with, but we're gonna go with gray now. So we're gonna take and get them strings on it and get stuff bolted to it, start tuning it, get it all set up. Alright, we're going to start off the bow build with what sight I'm going to be using. This year, I'm going to be using the Excel Driver, which is going to be their new top-of-the-line bow hunting sight. I'm super excited to use this. It's extremely light, extremely usable. Very excited to use this. The Excel Driver that I'm going to be using is going to be a 3-pin 10 thousandths. I'm going to be using it for tack coming up in Oklahoma. Unless that's already happened. Then I used it in tack. I'm gonna take and drop the top indicator down to the bottom so I can get maximum yardage with that. And I'm gonna take and leave my middle indicator there. I'm gonna take my red pin, probably not use it at all. Use my top green pin as a floater for close to mid-range distance, then use my bottom pin, drop down to the bubble for long-range shooting. Okay, the second thing we're gonna be bolting on is going to be my rest. I have been using the QAD MX2 now for, this will be my second year using it, and I've loved this rest. I haven't had any issues with it. It's performed very well for me. It hasn't gummed up on me. Still works clean. It's very durable too. I have thought about playing with the Hamsky though, so I can play with torque tuning a little bit, which you can't do with this because you can't move it back with the pick mount setup. But overall, this has been a wonderful rest for me. I can do my color kit to match my colors and just make it overall look pretty awesome. Now for the most important part of any Matty B bow setup or bow build is going to be the stabilizers. So I'm going to be using my twin 15-inch bars from AAE. They're Mountain Series bars. They look absolutely awesome. I love them. They're the coolest looking. And especially with bow hunting, it's all about just holding weight. In target, you have to play with the carbons because some carbons flex differently than others. In bow hunting, in my opinion, no one's running enough weight to where it really matters, especially with the shortness of their bars. So on my back bar, I'm going to be using around 12 ounces of weight. That's what I have on it right now. Just playing with it. I might use more, I might use less. For my front bar, I have 8 ounces on it right now. I found with 15 on the front and 15 on the back, it really pushes that back weight out, so I need less on the back to match the front and get it balanced, which is nice because then I don't need like 16 or 17 on the back. I can use 12 to 14 and still get the same results. I'm going to be using a Bee Stinger 10-degree disconnect for my front bar because if I put it down on the lower Hoyt port, it kicks it out to like 22 inches, 21 inches, which is a little much. Usually long stabilizers aren't a little much, but that was a little much even for me. That being said, I'm going to be using my Ghost Stick 2.0s from Hoyt. They make it very easy so I can just set my bow down, do whatever the heck I need with it, throw that sucker anywhere. I did have my bow fall with these though last year and cracked a limb. That was unfortunate. It was also like 40 mile an hour gusts, which was not fun. And then of course the Hoyt SL sidebar mount for my back bar. Last but not least on the build, which is in my opinion the least important part to me, is going to be my quiver. I'm using the Hoyt 4-arrow quiver. It works, holds arrows. You do have to be careful though with what quivers you get anymore depending on the size of the arrows that you're using. So like your Hoyt quivers, your tight spot quivers, those are both going to hold your 4mm arrows better than say like your cheap Trophy Ridge or your Redline quiver. Oh, a lot of you guys are probably going to hate what I'm about to do, but I'm going to take and eyeball rest. get the rest of the time. Alrighty, bow is 10 time. Alrighty. Now that I've got the bows in time, the rest is in time, we're gonna take and put my peep sight in it now. I'm using the Hamskea Insight, as I'm sure you've seen on some of my videos. I really like it. It's essentially the same thing as their new, Hamskea's new DC or whatever it's called, the DC Peep system. But the housing is a little bit smaller on this, which I like. And I already have it. There's no point in buying a new Peep whenever I have one that works perfectly fine. That's not how I think about bows though, so don't question my logic. Don't question it. Alrighty. Now that I have my peep sight in, we're going to take and get it set. I, of course, did not bring my release, so that does not help, but this will be close enough. Per usual, I just threw it in there and it was perfect. Doesn't happen every time, I just got lucky. Gonna tie this in real quick. I can without a doubt say that in all my time doing this silly stuff, learning how to tie a peep sight the right way was probably the hardest. That and D-loops. I feel like D-loops just, the knot just always wants to go backwards on you. Every time. 4, 5, 6. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd think we'd have lighters laying around everywhere, but it's not the case. Somehow we're always needing them. Always need them. Probably because I put them in my pocket and take them home. But there's peep sight. Brad's got a saying that paper's just a starting point, and I 100% agree, so we're gonna get it close. And then I'll take and get my axes set, and I'd say that's about it for the build. We've got the timing, everything's pretty much done. The hard part is just the group tuning and the torque tuning, if I can try and figure out how to do it with that rest. A lot we can do, but only so much you can see through paper. Alright, so what you're seeing with this shot is going to be ever so slightly up left. The left part we're going to get out. The ups and downs I'll shoot a couple more to figure out the left and ups and downs, not lefts and downs. Ups and downs, I'm going to shoot a few more to figure that one out. Left and right I'm going to take and shim my top cam to the left a little bit on this bow. This is where it's wanting to shoot. My center shot's good and I don't want to move that. So I'm just going to take the more energy consuming route and shim it as you should, instead of just shifting your rest to the right. Well, just so you know, I lied to you. I'm going to actually be shimming the bottom, so the top's already shimmed to the left a little bit, so I'm going to take and match the bottom. The bottom's shimmed slightly right, the top's shimmed slightly left, so I'm going to take and shim the bottom to match it, and that should take that little bit of left out of it, so we're going to do that. The small one was on this side, on the right side, and the big one was on the left side, pushing the cam to the right, so we're going to take and flip those. Then you just line up the bolt. Them puppies in. Well, right there in the middle. It's hard to argue with that. I'd say we start with that and we'll take and do group tuning and other stuff like that to get her down perfect.